discuss how Likkle ideas are transformed into big dreams. On the toolkit, and you will access a lot of resources. A lot of the information that we presented here today, there are a lot of activity sheets. So we encourage you to download some of that information. Also, there's a digital swag bag with Good afternoon, everyone. It is Wednesday, February 21st, and we're delighted to welcome you to another edition of Likkle Byte Ideas. We really appreciate you taking a little time out of your busy schedule to join us for yet another great discussion. I am Doreed Whitlock, and of course, I am the CMO of Samuel Fields Consulting Group. Of course, I do not do the show alone, so let me get my co-host in here, Miriam Samuel Fields, who is the CEO of Samuel Fields Consulting Group.
Hi, good afternoon, Doreed, and good afternoon to our listeners and viewers. It's great to be here.
You must have been drinking kombucha. You must have been.
Oh my gosh, maybe something more than kombucha.
Listen, today is World Kombucha Day, and we have so much information for you. Kombucha, for those of you who may not be familiar, it's the latest rave. It's a health drink. I first heard about it through my daughters. They rave about the kombucha, and interestingly, their grandmother was very aware and into kombucha and brewing kombucha. And so I felt like, did this thing just pass over my generation? The younger people knew about it. The older generation, my mother was into it. So I had to, to really play catch up. I had heard about it, had sampled it once or twice, but since then I've really gotten into it and done my research. And I have to admit, I'm now a kombucha drinker. Megan, how about you?
I heard about it from a friend. She actually makes her kombucha drinks as well.
Oh, wow.
And I tried it, and I have to say, I'm still trying to acquire the taste.
Yes,
it's an acquired taste.
For sure.
It has a lot of health benefits. I've had mommy's kombucha as well, and my husband likes it, but I drink it because I know it's good for you.
It's good for you.
So it's nearly like cod liver oil back in the day.
Oh my goodness. Feral compound.
Oh geez.
Or senna.
Actually, oh Lord, no. Let's not go there. No. Bad memories.
So it's World Kombucha Day, and I started describing kombucha and didn't get to the end of it. For those of you who are not familiar with it, and of course, we will hear a lot about it today, but just to give you a heads up, it's a tea. So it's brewed, it's a tea, it's something that goes all the way back more than 2,000 years based on my research. It can be traced back to about 200 BC, and it's celebrated. Kombucha Day has been celebrated for several years now based on the date 2/21, which in the American way of saying the date, it's February 21st every year. And the 2/21 was the year that they can identify that kombucha was invented. That's the earliest origins or signs of kombucha. So mark your calendars. Every year, we're going to try to celebrate World Kombucha Day on February 21st. So for those of you who have watched the show for a while, every now and again, my mother or our mother makes an appearance, and it's always the most highly anticipated, highly watched show because she brings such a wealth of knowledge. And so to add to her very long resume of things that she does, and she's a seniorpreneur turning 90 in just under 90 days, and we're going to talk a bit about that as well. She is also a kombucha brewer. So kombucha has its origins in Chinese culture, but it is the whole brewing process culturally has been handed down in our African culture. So we thought, as we celebrate Black History Month, African culture this month, we thought it would be a great way to talk about kombucha and our ancestral ties to it, and also the entrepreneurial aspect of it. We always try to find a financial link to our discussion. So we're going to be talking, so for those of you who have small businesses, it may not be kombucha. Hopefully we can talk with Miriam today about her journey as an entrepreneur, or should we say seniorpreneur. And now we're going to add kombucha to her product line. We'll talk about that as well. She actually had a free tasting today at Gloria's Supermarket in Antigua on Wenner Road. And so she's really exhausted. So it's going to be a short show today. She's going to demonstrate to us the whole process, how it's made, the challenges. And of course, we will tie in our history as brewers of various roots and teas and what have you. And also we'll talk about the business side of it. So I know she's waiting in anticipation. So it's our pleasure to bring it to the virtual stage, Mistress Miriam Samuel.
Good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon, Mrs. Miriam Samuel. How are you?
Hi, girls. I'm fine. A little tired.
Well, you don't sound it.
Sound strong.
You sound like you're drinking kombucha and full of energy. You certainly don't sound it. And of course,
you're drinking kombucha and minding your business.
Yeah, you're drinking kombucha and drinking booch.
Drinking kombucha and minding your business.
I didn't have any today.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm sure you'll have some later because you had a really long day and we really enjoyed seeing the pictures. We didn't have enough time to load them up.
Yeah.
But it looks like you had a really good showing today at Gloria's Supermarket. Why don't you tell us about that? How was that experience?
Oh, it was great.
Tell us more.
The people came out in droves.
Wow.
Some of them. How many gallons did you serve?
Oh, I didn't have gallons.
So you ran out?
I just gave them a taste. And what I had, I was almost sold out. I only have 5 bottles left.
Wow. So about how many persons you think you shared with today?
Pretty much how many?
At least 30 people.
Okay.
She said 30. I think it's more than 30.
Okay. You're the mathematician.
30 is a good number for people to show up to a free tasting. We only advertised it yesterday. So that's great.
Some people got there before I did.
Oh, wow.
You mean waiting on you?
Yes.
Wow. You're a celebrity, man.
I didn't plan to sell. But they asked and I said, why not?
You're a seniorpreneur and you're always ready.
I made a good decision. I'm not going to tell you how much.
Okay. Use it wisely.
Yeah.
Tell us more about today. So they came. How did it work?
But what flavors did you have?
I had sorrel. That went first.
Mm-hmm.
Guava. Cherry guava. Dums. Not dums.
Wow.
Sorry. Not dums. Plum.
Okay.
And passion fruit.
Wow, you had quite a variety. Which one was the favorite?
Sorrel finished first.
My favorite? I don't have a favorite. I had to taste all of them.
But which one went first? You said sorrel went first.
Sorrel went first.
Which were the other favorites, would you say?
The
plum and the guava.
Plum and the guava.
And this is yellow plum or red plum?
Red plum.
Oh, nice.
So this is the plum from your backyard?
No, I got those from Ivy. David.
Oh, okay, okay.
But
The red plums.
and I mean,
You know those
plums,
plums.
Megan.
You
We grew
know
up on
those.
those
Oh, I
plums.
know those plums very well.
Just a thought.
Ah.
So listen, some of our listeners may be wondering, what is this kombucha all about? They may have heard about it. We have a short video that we're going to show when my daughter Genesis was in Antigua in over the Christmas holiday. She made kombucha with her grandma and put together a little short clip. So we want to share that with you right now, and then we'll come back, Mom, and we'll start talking about kombucha, what it is, how you got into it, so we can stay on track, and we'll make this a short show so you can go kick up your feet and get a nice long drink of kombucha and relax for the rest of the evening. So Megan, let's take it away with the video.
Sure.
Beautiful story.
Okay, that was very cool. The smiling faces, if kombucha makes you that happy, I want to have a glass every day. Yes.
So I would like to know, I know it starts with T, but I would love to get a very quick understanding of how you make kombucha. And I believe a lot of our viewers would like to know as well.
Okay, let me go from the beginning. I was first introduced to it by Genesis.
Oh, really?
Yes, because she had a stomach problem, and she said that was the only thing that helped her. So I went on the internet, and they're telling me about SCOBY. SCOBY. What is SCOBY? You can buy it at the store, but I didn't know where to get it. So I had a little program at GAD, and in my class was this girl from Sweets, and she was selling it. So I asked her about it, and she gave me the SCOBY in a little bottle. I brought it home. I didn't know what to do with it, and I put it on, and it died.
Okay, hold that thought.
So
What is
SCOBY is a
SCOBY?
plant?
Is it a plant? Is it a drink? A liquid? What is SCOBY?
It is a bacteria.
Okay.
Okay.
And how large? So when she gave you the SCOBY in a bottle, how big was it? 2 or 3 inches?
It wasn't very big, just at the bottom of the bottle.
But give us some dimensions, like an inch, 2 inches?
An inch in
Okay.
diameter, about 5 inches.
So where does she get the SCOBY from? I'm trying to understand where the origins of it. Where does she get
I
the SCOBY?
don't know where she got it.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know where she got it. But after it died, I called her, and she came to my house and brought her this SCOBY for me. And the setting is green tea. You have to brew the tea, allow it to cool, sweeten it, and pour it in the bottle with the SCOBY. And leave it for about 10 days for it to brew.
Okay.
After 10 days, you strain it, and then you add your flavors. So from one batch, you can get as many flavors as you want.
Okay.
So there is where I started. And every now and again, I try a little, and a little more.
Of what? When you say try a little, what you mean? A
A
different
bigger
flavor?
portion.
Okay.
A bigger portion.
But where do you?
I have a bottle in front of me.
Hold it up to the camera so we can see it.
Oh, it's a bit too heavy for that.
Okay.
So I'm just
The
gonna
one
switch
you
the
are,
camera.
yes, switch.
That's
Okay.
it.
Right.
That's the
Okay.
SCOBY
Okay,
in
fantastic.
the green tea.
I have a question though.
Okay.
So if you need a new SCOBY, how are you gonna get it?
Exactly.
It because every time you set, you get at least another one. So
Oh,
you keep on storing them.
Also, you
I see
store the
what you're saying.
SCOBY.
So you have a storage that you can give
Tap
somebody.
into. I see what you're
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
Okay.
So, so the SCOBY is what ferments the green tea?
Yes.
I see.
Okay. So once you keep it for 10 days in a darkened room?
Yes.
Okay.
But you have to cover it
I see it there in the background.
with something light
Like cheesecloth,
so,
maybe?
so it can breathe.
So like cheesecloth?
Cheesecloth or a wash rag.
Oh, muslin?
Muslin, yeah.
That's muslin?
Yes. And you allow it, and that allows it to breathe.
So you still remember the names, mommy?
Pardon me?
Go ahead.
And after 10 days, it can go at more than 10 days. But the minimum is 10 days.
Okay.
So you strain it, but you have to leave back some for the next batch.
That's a SCOBY?
No, some of the liquid.
Okay. Okay.
And that is the starter.
I see. Okay. Interesting. So how do you add the different flavors? Do you have to let's use the plum. So I guess you have the plum
Yes, and I blend the plum. I
blend.
blend the plum in part of the mixture, strain it,
And then I see.
and that is plum.
I see. And you do
If
this.
I want to do rosemary, I get a piece of rosemary, put in the bottle.
That is
And
nice. You tried mint?
it draws the flavor from whatever you put in it.
So have you tried mint?
Of course.
I'm thinking that would be nice.
Yeah, I think so too.
So
after you bottle it, you have to leave it to brew.
Oh, okay.
It gives off a gas. When I started, I used to put it in plastic bottles. And the bottles used to expand. And get out of
That's
shape.
awful.
Then I tried it in glass bottles, but I had to open the bottles every other day.
Okay, let the gas escape.
Yes, if not, it's going to burst the bottles.
Wow, okay.
So
That's powerful.
I went on YouTube, and this lady was talking about these caps. When you press them, they release. When you touch them, they go in. When you take off that, and it expands then.
Okay.
So I have this friend, and she has been giving me bottles. So I have a lot of these bottles, these that I'm using. I have a lot of these. So the last time she brought some for me, when I was bringing them in, the first thing I did, I pressed the top. I said, good. And so I don't have to open the bottles anymore to release the gas.
That's interesting. Okay. Nice.
So I just water, yes.
Right. So how long do you say you have to brew them? How long do you brew them for?
After you bottle them, you leave them out for about 3 to 4 days.
Okay.
You can leave them longer, but the longer you leave them, the stronger they are. And then you put them in the fridge.
Okay. Okay.
And there you have your product.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you started out by saying that Genesis said that helped her with her stomach ache. Have you
Yes.
personally seen any benefits from drinking kombucha?
I wouldn't say that.
Well, tell us,
Okay.
tell us based on your research, because I've seen a lot of research on it, and I mean, especially the younger people, they swear by it.
Yeah.
Tell us what some of the benefits are. I know today when you were giving out your samples, you had all of the health benefits, and I saw you engaging some of your
We got some of the
patrons.
benefits up there for him.
Yeah, I saw you engaging some of your patrons, telling them about the health benefits. But tell us, based, even
Yes.
if you have not personally experienced it, tell us about some of the purported health benefits.
It support healthy guts, promote disease prevention. What else? Improves mental health,
Gives a lot of
boost,
energy.
boost energy,
I know that for a fact.
and maintains a healthy liver.
Mm.
Okay, great,
Okay.
great.
And they also say help with weight
Weight
loss.
loss, yes, it's
Tom,
definitely used a
send
lot
some.
with weight
I need
loss.
some then.
Yep.
Oh
No, I think
wow,
that is great.
nice.
What I wanted to talk about, and based on the research that I did, and just hearing mommy describe the whole process, um, in a lot of African villages, and I happen to know someone here in New Jersey who has a brewery, and his mother was like the brewer in the village. So it sounds to me that the young lady that you met from Sweet's mommy, she would be playing that role, the person who kind of like gives out the SCOBY and what have you, and is the, most people don't know how it's made, but she kind of keeps that secret. But it's
No,
like
she
one of those.
didn't hide it from me. She didn't hide it from me. So I wouldn't
No,
say
no,
it's a
no, no. What I'm
secret.
saying, but what I'm saying is she has the know-how.
Yes.
She's the one who has the know-how. Not necessarily meaning that she's not sharing, because she definitely sounds like somebody who shares. But so you have the brewer, kind of the person who oversees the brewing and you know um, starts the process and helps other people to replenish. But what I like about the whole kombucha culture, it's about sharing. You
Exactly.
know, this batch is going to help to make the next batch. And so
Yes.
if you always hold back a bit from your batch, you don't have to ever start from scratch. And
Yeah.
that to me, Megan, lines up a lot with what we talk about with
Absolutely.
saving and always making
Absolutely.
sure that whatever you earn, you hold back
Pull back
some
something
kind of residual to make sure
so that
that
there's
you don't
something
have
to
to go back to
continue.
ground zero.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. This is really
It
interesting.
also, yeah, I also like the fact that it's, the community aspect of it, where, and what you did today, mommy, I think is key to a successful small business. If you really want people to understand your product, support it, be excited about your product, what you did today in terms of product sampling, there are a lot of people who may have heard about it, may not have heard about it, but you gave them an opportunity to not only sample it, but you also provided the health benefits and discussed with
Benefit.
them the process. So you're not just telling them, listen, I make this. If you want it, come and buy from me. You're actually sharing your knowledge, and you're also giving them an opportunity to sample and to be educated along the about the health benefits. So I think that alone, to me, when you look back into our African culture, we came from a communal society where people shared. I'm sure that's how you grew up as well, too, mommy, with people having a
Of
garden.
course.
Somebody give you a slip. You're planting something, especially if your hand is good at celery or your hand is good at some particular fruit or vegetable. All of the villagers will come and probably want to get a slip or
Of
some
course.
bite from you.
And it would be nice, wouldn't it, if somehow we could go back to that, not literally, but live in a more communal way where, the entrepreneurs take a leaf out of Grandma Mary's book. So
Absolutely.
you're doing your guava jams, or you're doing your whatever you're doing.
How do you work with?
Consider,
How do you work together?
how do you work together?
How do you work together?
Work
I think that's the
together,
message.
coming together, and not being afraid to share. I know sometimes we have this fear, oh, if I tell them how to do certain things, they're then gonna compete. Don't be
Yes.
afraid to share.
No, they can't compete with me. I'm always ahead.
Lord have mercy. What a
No,
thing.
I'm always ahead.
But the point is,
I have made my mistakes.
well, so then they
I
will
move
as
on.
well.
And they will have to make their mistakes to move on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm
So
saying
you can save them making some mistakes. Is that what you're saying?
perhaps.
No, even though I tell them it's different when you're on your own.
Yeah.
For instance,
Yeah.
I was making some fudge the other day, and I forgot to put in the butter when I was beating it. So I had to run and get some butter and spread it on the top and see if I could work it in.
Did it
Well,
work?
you weren't gonna make that waste.
It worked.
Oh, so you found a new way to make fudge.
So, well, I wouldn't say I found a new way. But when your back is against the wall, you try and work it out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Another good nugget from you. Because we're gonna find challenges along the way.
As far
Yes.
as
And
running
speaking
your
to the
business, yeah.
entrepreneurs and the small businesses, you're going to come against all kinds of challenges. And it's how you deal with these challenges that really determine how successful you are. Yeah.
And
So-
another thing, no two products taste the same, even if the same person makes them sometimes.
Oh,
So
okay.
your batches are different. Your
They're
batches of kombucha are different.
Mm,
Okay.
that's
Not with
interesting.
kombucha alone, anything you go to do.
Mm,
Some little thing is different from this. And you try to remedy it and you come up with something else.
Okay.
interesting.
Now, Megan, I know we have some comments. Mommy, when we
Yes.
come back, we want to talk about the next steps in your kombucha business. What do you plan? What are your plans in terms of expanding it, in terms of selling it, maybe perhaps adding some new flavors? We want to talk about that. And then we will also talk about we are currently doing your 90 days to 90 years. For everyone who doesn't know, my mom turns 90 on May 12th, Mother's Day. And so we are doing a campaign or a drive, an initiative where we are counting down 90 days to her 90th birthday. We started last Saturday. I will tell everyone giving is my mom's love language. If she's
Absolutely.
not giving, she's not happy. She's always giving. I find myself doing the same thing when my kids come home from school. They're like, "Mom, we don't need anything." I'm always trying to see what I can pack them up with. I save up, save will come. I see things and I'm like, yes. So I guess Mika, do you do the same thing?
Well, not with my boys, but I find I am a giver to anyone. And it's not just what I'm finding out, it's not just the physical, it's the intangibles. So giving advice, giving help.
Absolutely.
And more and more, I am surprising myself. I am my mother. Yes.
I found that
The
out a long time
doing,
ago.
where
Yes.
I have to be
Yeah.
doing this, I have to be doing that. And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm just
Yeah.
like my mother.
I am the same way. All have to be doing, just doing,
Yeah.
doing.
Have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the genes.
So we are going to stop, Megan, to take our comments and questions. And then when we come back, we'll talk about the next steps in the booch business.
Absolutely. All right. So we have Gishan Powell said, I had the plum today. I know he means the
Oh,
plum
wow.
kombucha. It was really good, along with the cassava bread. So you did have cassava bread as well, Mommy.
Yes, I did.
All right.
Yeah, she had cassava bread, and Gloria's gave her peanut butter and butter. So people got cassava bread and peanut butter. I never even thought
Bread and
about
butter. Wow.
bread and
That's
butter.
nice.
Next time, make sure it's hot, okay?
Hot cassava bread and butter.
Hot cassava bread and butter. Yep.
Roberta Williams says, would love to find out what is this SCOBY. Me too. You said it, but I still, in my head, you know what I'm thinking of doing, like an amoeba. I know it can't be that, but that's what I'm seeing in my head.
I think it's something that looks. I'm sure it's something that looks fungal.
Just ask them to visit me. Just ask them to visit me, and I'll show them.
So visit Grandma Miri, Roberta Williams, and she will show you.
And you know, I'm definitely going to go online to see if I can find. I mean, I need to conceptually to see what this.
Whether or not it's SCOBY. How you spell SCOBY?
How is SCOBY spelled, mommy?
SCOBY.
BY. Okay.
Okay.
So it's actually, the SCOBY is actually a symbiotic culture of
a culture. Okay.
Yeast and bacteria.
Okay.
So it's probably not the most attractive thing to look at.
Yes.
No, not really. It looks like, okay, you know, when you're making vinegar or if you're making wine and it goes bad, there's like a skin that forms at the top.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes. So that skin that forms at the top is the SCOBY that assists with the fermentation.
Okay.
So it's almost like a scab.
Yes.
Nearly like the mother in
yes, the mother in the vinegar is
They
the
actually
SCOBY.
call it the mama.
Oh, really? Perhaps from Africa.
Maybe from Africa. Yeah.
Actually call it the mama.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I know the mother in Africa. Vinegar.
So
Clara, okay, got you.
Okay, that's a
Clara's
scientific.
just hailing you up, saying, "Grandma," and all the way from England.
Who is that?
Niece, your great niece, Natalie. She says, sounds delicious and great benefits, Aunt Marie.
Natalie's not my great niece, my niece.
Natalie
Oh,
Scantlebury.
okay. Two Natalies. Sorry.
Then your sister says, good afternoon, family. Inga Yulin Jarvis. I have just joined the program. I'm really enjoying listening to my big sister, Miri. Hi, Aunt Inga.
Hi, Aunt Inga.
And then Pearl Quinn Williams says, I'm not sure if I missed this, but after you open it and use it, do you have to refrigerate it?
Yes, you have to.
Yeah, I would think so.
As a matter of fact, from what I understand you to say, Mommy, once you've brewed it, which is the 3-4 days, you then refrigerate it?
Yes, because if you allow it out, it's going to ferment and get stronger and stronger.
Right.
So once you put it in the fridge, that's
the fermentation, I guess it's the colder temperatures stop the fermentation.
Got you. Okay.
Okay,
Good.
that makes sense.
And have it in the fridge and you want to take it out and leave it out for a day or two, you can, and it gets a little stronger.
Strong. Well, you had given us some, and I found it to be very strong. So what I had to do, I had to dilute it because drinking it. So maybe it was out for a while, and I found it was just a little too strong for me, so I had to dilute it.
I dilute mine too.
Yeah.
And what you diluted with like fruit juices or something?
That's water.
I diluted mine with water.
That's water.
Okay.
Yeah. So Roberta Williams says, plenty good nuggets from this special lady. Isn't she a special lady? And Marion Byron, hi Marion, says, I'm learning a lot today about SCOBY Kombucha. Lady Samuel is a real entrepreneur and scientist. Love her experimental attitude. So true, Marion.
I am telling you.
Thank you.
Oh. So Cleopatra Gittin says, my daughter swears by it. I tell you, these young people.
Young people are into it. Yeah.
My daughter swears by kombucha, but I've never tasted it. My dear girl, it's an acquired taste.
So Cleo, you know where you have to go.
So she says, I need to find Granny Miriam to get me some. So I'll send you her number so you can link her up. And I have to tell you, Mommy, I've gotten so many persons who have reached out to me wanting to know where you sell your products. So do you sell the kombucha anywhere, or do they just have to come to your home?
It's not on the market yet. I put it out today to see how well the people receive it.
Okay. Well, based on the number of persons who have reached out to me, you need to talk to Gloria's and a few other places and get your kombucha in the stores.
I'm telling you.
I will.
All right.
I have 2 5-gallon set now.
5 gallons. Woo, that's a lot of kombucha.
Huh?
Have a kombucha party,
A booch party.
a booch party. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Marion. So Marion Byron says, I've been so appreciative of Megan's assistance over the years. I know now where you've got this from. Yes, Marion. I am my mother, okay? Ah. Felicia Martin says, how does kombucha work in your body?
Do we have any
How does
doctors on the line?
kombucha work in your body?
Well, I gave Yannick some, and he took it to his doctor, and the doctor advised him it's very good for him.
Okay. So what I would say to you, Felicia, from our research, it's really good for your gut health. So, but because none of us are doctors.
Physicians.
So my recommendation to you is do your research. Just check online. Kombucha has a lot of health benefits.
And check with your doctor.
Yes, check with your doctor and just make sure. But I know it's a lot. It's good for gut health, and Mommy mentioned a few other things: mental health, alertness, weight loss. So,
what I would also say, doing my research, it's appeared to have a lot of the same properties as vinegar. Nowadays, vinegar is used for weight loss, and there's so many benefits of vinegar these days. You're watching something online and all these things pop up telling you about vinegar pills and this, that, and the other. And I know vinegar as well. There are a few weight loss therapies that rely on vinegar. So I want to think that they're both fermented products.
Exactly. So I think it's along that one. Yep.
Yeah, if you leave it out, it will turn to vinegar.
Okay. Okay. So vinegar is a byproduct.
It will turn to vinegar.
Okay.
So that's why you have to put it in the fridge to stop the fermentation.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's good to know.
And Roberta Williams says, very interesting. And your sister again says, Inga Jarvis says, my dear sister, you're really good for yourself.
If she good
Coming all the way.
She's good for herself.
She's good for herself. Long time.
Yeah.
So that's all the comments we have.
Okay, great. We appreciate the comments. So we keep saying it's going to be a short show, but the time is racing on. I don't know what. There's no short show on this show.
So I think perhaps, Dewey, what we might want to do, just so that we get that in, is to speak about the 90 days to 90 years celebration.
Let's talk about that celebration, and then towards the end, we'll close with you telling us what your plans are in the next steps in your kombucha journey. So as I mentioned earlier, folks, we came up with the idea, I personally am passionate about this celebration. We all know for every birthday we celebrate, we have one less. We all have a number. Most of us, none of us know it, but we know that how many of our birthdays my mom has left with us, the 90th is going to be one less than we will celebrate. And how many people actually live to be 90 and beyond that have the faculties, to have the energy and the mobility that my mother has. So we think she's really blessed. We're still blessed that she's here that we can enjoy her. There are a lot of people who live to be 90 and beyond. I mean, my mother still drives. It amazes me. And
so I have to tell you this. I just got a message from a friend. She said, wait, your mother 90? But I just saw her driving yesterday.
And yesterday on Paul's show, I said, I don't know if you heard what I said, this Megan, Mommy probably is one of the people who has, maybe has the longest driving record.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember when you said that, I thought about it, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, she started driving. Can you remember when you started driving, Mommy? What year?
In 1968.
Oh, my goodness.
No, and you haven't stopped since.
So that's like 50-something years.
And she's putting Speedy
I
Gonzalez, you know.
got my license in Barbados.
Yes,
Okay, so
68,
50,
you were
so we're
about
talking
50.
about 55 years. My goodness. So so she's definitely a trailblazer. So back to what I was saying, we are delighted and we feel honored, we feel blessed that we still have her and at this level of intensity. So we have so much to celebrate. And we could not miss the opportunity to really drag it out. So we came together, children and grandchildren, and we decided, you know what? Let's do a 90-day countdown to her 90th birthday. And of course, we thought about the things that matter to her: giving, sharing her knowledge, learning. So she's a lifelong learner. She's a lifelong teacher. She taught at 9 schools. When she said it, I could not believe it. She had to count them out for me. That's a lot of schools. That's a lot. Even if you teach for 40, 50 years, to teach at 9 schools, that's quite a bit. And so there's so much to celebrate. And once we started talking, we thought about what are her favorite things? What really matters to her? What legacy will she leave behind? She's already left a legacy. But we want to make sure that while we have the opportunity, that we can really harness it, we can really celebrate it, and pass the knowledge along. And even within our circles, I mean, I was happy that Genesis had the opportunity to go and learn firsthand some of the things from her grandmother. You know, Megan, when we were growing up, it's different. It's a different relationship. Research shows that grandparents and grandchildren have a special bond.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, the grandparents become different.
We didn't want to have any parts of that.
You know, the grandparents become different people. You know, the rules suddenly change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They become
No,
different.
because when you were growing up, I had to be out there hustling to make life. Now I'm at leisure. I can go anywhere I want. I don't have an hour to meet. So they benefit.
Well said.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's a different dynamic. You know, they're not parenting, they're grandparenting. It's a different role.
It's different.
It's a different role. You know, you don't have to worry about you know, your child's behavior is not, you know, it's not like you have that guilt about this. You know, I think parents sometimes have some guilt about things that children do, and it's going to reflect on me. When you become a grandmother, it's a totally different dynamic. It's a totally different task and role.
So let's get back to the 90 days.
So
because I'm just watching the time.
So we started on Saturday, which was Random Acts of Kindness Day. And if you're interested in seeing what happened, go to our Facebook page or go to our YouTube channel. There's a lovely video where she went to Epicure and gave out about 10 bags. She just intercepted people.
Randomly.
Some she knew and some she did not know, randomly, and gave them a bag laden with her products, her soaps, her jams and jellies, and what have you. And you should see the joy on people's faces when somebody just walks up to you for no reason and gives you a bag of goodies that you're really going to enjoy. And I think the greatest joy was seeing Mommy's face.
Oh, yes.
Have you ever done anything like this before, Mommy?
Pardon me?
Have you ever done anything like that in your life? Random acts of kindness, just giving stuff to people.
No.
It reminded me of Candid Camera.
Pardon me?
It reminded me of the show Candid Camera back in the day.
Oh, yes.
Just walked on people and saw their reaction. So it was great.
Yeah.
So that was Saturday. Today, of course, World Kombucha Day. This is her second go around. She went to Gloria's supermarket and, as we said earlier, gave out samples, about 5 different flavors of her kombucha drink. And for those of you who have an opportunity to attend the tasting, this is pre-market. So you actually got it before it actually hits the shelves. So you're definitely a part of the experiment and a part of the legacy, because I think this thing is going to really blow up. Next on the agenda, we have a media day. Of course, March, we celebrate Women's History Month, and then we have International Women's Day on March 8th. International Women's Week starts on March 2nd, so she's going to be on Marketplace the show. We're trying to organize some other media, but she's definitely going to talk about the role of a woman and share her story, the different sides of her story. I mean, as you know, she was a school teacher. She was the wife of a politician. That in itself is another job. And she has lots of advice. Pearl, if you're still on, she has lots of advice for people entering politics because she can write the book. She can write the book, playing the role of the wife and knowing the dynamics that come with that. So hopefully we can get to share a part of that story. And also we did mention a book is coming out to coincide with her birthday. So we encourage everyone when it comes out to get it because she has so much knowledge and experiences to share. The next thing on the agenda following that would be March 20th, which is the International Day of Happiness. And she is going to go to the Charlesworth T. Samuel School, a school that she and her late husband, he was the first principal and she was a teacher there. So they opened that school in 1964. And so she's going to go there and have a special happiness assembly. We are planning a surprise for her that day that we can't tell her yet, but it's going to be a great day where we're going to engage the children. And it's a school that she used to visit a lot more before COVID. So she's going to get back into it, but we really want to engage the children and for them to benefit from her wealth of knowledge. You know, these are her adopted grandchildren. So I think it's going to be a great day. And then we have Earth Day, which is April 22nd. It's going to focus on the environment. She's going to do a garden tour. Of course, her garden is only but so big, so it will be by invitation only. And we will probably invite some media in to see, you know, her entire operation. And then May 11th, Mary's Marketplace. We are going to set up a marketplace at Clement's home in Fitch's Creek. And it's going to be a marketplace featuring all of her products. Chef Murphy, that everybody I'm sure has heard about, is flying in. He's going to help with these food samples. So you're going to be introduced to her existing products, and she has a couple of tricks up her sleeve, new things that she's going to be unveiling, and everybody will get a chance to taste, also to purchase products, to get to learn more about the process. And also we will be unveiling her book during that Mary's Marketplace. So it will be from 2 to 6, a nice way to spend the afternoon. So please mark your calendars. In terms of her activities, there's going to be a celebration weekend starting on the 10th. Folks are flying in on May 9th. On the 10th, we go to Barbuda. And we do have some additional seats. We will keep you posted on the price. And for persons who want to come along with us, we want to take maybe between 80 to 100 persons. And we will keep you posted on the costs and the availability. There's going to be a church service on the 11th at the Sweets.
12th.
I'm sorry, the 12th. So the 10th is Barbuda. The 11th is Mary's Marketplace. The 12th, which is Mother's Day, is going to be the service at Sweets Wesleyan Holiness Church at 10 a.m. And then there's going to be a party on the 13th, the Monday night. But of course, it's by invitation only. We already know it's going to be. I mean, we couldn't have a party for mommy that's open to the public. That would have to be like a fete. Have to have like a fete for mommy. The amount of people.
A recreation ground kind of thing.
I am telling you. So that, so folks, there'll be a lot of activities and a couple, the next, I think, public activity that we're going to have is the Mary's Marketplace. So it's going to be exciting. Please mark your calendars. It is May 11th at Fitch's Creek. And we're going to transform Clement's home into the 9 Lives Garden. And, we have some surprises. She doesn't even know half of the things we have planned.
She doesn't.
She's hearing a lot of this for the first. But she knows her children. She knows her children.
Especially her daughters.
Yeah, she knows her daughters. We know how to to bring a smile to her face and get her excited.
We know how to party.
Oh yes. So we are delighted that we have this opportunity, like I said. And for those of you who have supported her thus far, those who showed up to the kombucha tasting today, Mommy, something tells me you're going to have a second one. Because the amount of inquiries that I've had. Did we lose her? Maybe she'll rejoin. Okay.
There she is.
So yeah, something tells me you may have to go to another supermarket and have a second one, or go back to the original, because I'm getting a lot of inquiries as to how can they do a tasting, and if you have 2 5-gallon bottles, let's do this thing.
Oh, more.
Scoby must live.
Put Scoby to work.
Yes, Scoby must live.
Scoby, do some scobing.
I'm telling you, Scoby must live. So our intention was to have. Can you imagine to have a short show? In what universe, Megan?
Impossible. But we need to hear from Mommy. What are her next steps?
So tell us, what are the next steps? First of all, tell us what's next.
And we have a few more comments.
Yes. So Mommy, first tell us what's next for your kombucha business, and then what's next for your overall business. What plans do you have that you want to share?
I don't have any plans right now, but when the inspiration comes, I go with it.
So what's going to happen with the Scoby business? What are your plans as far as getting the bottle distributed?
No, I have some big bottles. So I'm always making.
Okay, but how can consumers get it?
I have a reserve bottle. I have a reserve bottle where I store them.
Okay, so Gishon loved the plum. He enjoyed the plum kombucha today.
I don't even have any more plum. The plum was in the fridge.
Yes, but Mommy, listen.
Mommy,
what she's trying to get to is, what are your next steps? I know you have some bottles.
Making this available to people.
Right.
Well, I don't know if I told you I have a boyfriend in Trinidad.
Oh, Lord Jesus. A real boyfriend, Mommy, or play boyfriend?
I one that I haven't met.
You met him online? Wait, online? You did Match.com on Tinder.
Through Helen. I met him through Helen. You remember Helen, my friend from Trinidad?
Yes.
So
is he is he a young boy?
You cougaring?
Yeah. He doesn't even know that.
It's a business boyfriend.
Oh, okay. All right.
So he gives me little tips, and he does ordering from China. So he wants to see my bottles.
Coming for the party?
Pardon me?
Is he coming for the party? Is he going to cut the cake with you?
Probably.
Oh my gosh!
Die laughing. Oh my God!
Oh Lord of mercy!
He gives me some tips with my cassava bread.
Remember your life, right?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
No, he give me some tips with the cassava bread to put in coconut.
Listen, she's single and free. She can do whatever she wants.
Free to mingle.
And it's going fine.
Right. So kombucha wise, what do you say?
I said it's a boy, it's a man, so I say it's a boyfriend.
That's fine.
Oh,
you're free. You're young, free, and single.
Yeah.
And you might want to mingle.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Anyway, so kombucha. Is it that are you planning to expand?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I think that's what we.
And as far as the rest of the business, any new products that you have on the horizon?
I am into capsules.
Oh yes.
We got our capsules.
I have soursop, moringa.
You have neem?
I haven't done neem yet.
Okay.
So maybe the next tasting you give out some capsules as well.
Probably.
Okay.
She'd have her own trade shows.
Well, so let's go to the comments before we
get the rest of the comments.
Before we wrap up. This is quite funny. Okay. Let me go here. So Natalie says, wise words from a wonderful woman. Enjoy your birthday celebrations. I'll be watching. Kiss, kiss. And your sister says, Candace and her daughter Sapphire might be visiting Antigua a few days before the 90th birthday celebration. Her daughter has to return to Tallahassee for a special appointment. Please put up some of those things for her. She's so excited. It's going to be a grand time. Lenore Scholar. Hi, Lenore. She says, I'm here watching you. Your cousin Thea Linda says, good afternoon, family. Hi, Linda.
Hi, Thea Linda.
And she says, best craft teacher in OCS in my time, 82 to 86. And Manelva Samuel says, good afternoon, great marketing. Go girl, age is just a number.
Sure bet.
Sure bet. And Kara says, aha, a boyfriend.
Kara, please, we need you to run interference. We gotta check this out.
Lenore Henry Scholar says, I'm filled with laughter. She's funny. She surely is. Yes, so that's all that we have.
Okay, great. Well, this has been a most interesting day and an interesting episode. Before I forget, I don't get carried away. We want to thank Felicia. Felicia has been helping. That's Mommy's assistant for the day. And she's been helping Mommy with...
Is that Marisha? It's Felicia.
That's what she said. That's what you said?
What did I say?
It said Marisha.
No, Felicia. Felicia.
Okay, sorry.
You gone through that, man. You mind?
Yeah, I'm telling you. John Pasadena. Anyway, so Felicia, we want to thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm not just listening for today. I'm actually around and intend to be around for as long as she's around.
Oh, thank you, Felicia.
Oh,
we appreciate you.
We appreciate you. Yep. Mommy needs some assistance from time to time. And so today she called me. Her grandchildren weren't available. I said, Mom, you got to find somebody. You can't do all this work with no pictures and no video, So she said, oh, I know who I can call. So Felicia, we definitely want to thank you.
To the rescue.
You can have that ready.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right.
And we also want to tell Mommy how much we appreciate her.
Yes,
we saw a picture. I saw a picture. Did you see the picture I sent you guys yesterday, Megan, with her 20 years ago with her 10 grandchildren?
Of course. And I was commenting that the youngest in the picture, who I think there were 2 or less than 2. They were less than 2.
Oh, no, they weren't even a year. They're like a couple of months old.
Oh, my gosh, you're right.
Yeah,
and they're now 20. So that was 20 years ago.
20, going on 21. It was April of 2004.
So, right, they were nearly 2. They were going on a year and a bit.
No, they were born in 2003. In June.
Oh, yes.
So they're like 9 months.
I'm thinking Aaron. Sorry.
Yeah.
So,
and Mommy looked so young 20 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my
But she still looks young. She still looks young.
Yeah.
And Mommy has always said to us, give her flowers while she's alive.
Living.
So, Mommy, that's what we're doing.
And this is why,
Yeah.
And this is why we said, let's do a 90-day build-up.
Yes. And there's more to come.
The things that I went through today, the things that are on the calendar, knowing my mother, there are going to be things added to the calendar. We will keep you posted.
Absolutely.
So please, we have a Facebook page just for her, Grandma Miri 2024. And so we don't want it to get lost on her regular Facebook page. This is a Facebook page just covering all of the activities leading up to her 90th birthday. We think that she's that special that she needs her own page just for that. And so that people can find the information very quickly and it's not mixed in with anything else. Mm-hmm. So, and also, if you have not yet liked our YouTube channel, We encourage you to go like and share because we're going to be uploading all of these activities from her various outings on our YouTube channel, Samuel Fields Consulting. And we just want to thank everybody who tuned in today and those who showed up for the tasting and the other events that we're going to have tuning into the show. Yesterday we were on Voice of the People with Paul and friends, and that was a really great show. And so we just want to thank you for sharing in our joy because we know that we're truly blessed, like I said, to have her and to have her in, the packaging is still in good, it's still in good working order.
And I also want to thank Gloria. So, Mommy, if you can thank Gloria on our behalf for allowing you to do your tasting there.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
She gave me lunch today.
She what?
Gave me lunch.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nice.
Nice. That's great.
It's
So
my
please
buddy.
convey our thanks. I know. All right. So, we have one more comment.
Yes.
One last comment here from Cindy Robinson. She says, wonderful teacher from OCS, Autos Comprehensive School, in case you don't know. Love and blessings.
So, Mommy, you have the final word before we sign off today. Wow, it's after wow.
My final word is I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
I love you too.
And we love you too.
And thanks for everything.
Doing what you're doing. Yeah.
Thanks for everything.
It's a pleasure. Well, you told us to give you your flowers, so
I feel proud like a peacock. Ever see a peacock up on his tails?
Yes.
Oh,
you're
yes.
strutting.
Oh, yes. You're strutting.
Like a peacock.
Yeah.
Well, folks, we know that most of you are just getting home, starting dinner. You have things to do. Again, we really appreciate you joining us. We probably won't have a show next week, but stay tuned. If you're not on our mailing list, please send us an email, info@samuelfieldsconsulting.com. Our newsletter goes out like clockwork every week. So even if we're not having a show, you can still stay in touch and get the updates from our newsletter. So quickly send us an email. If you're not getting our newsletter, it usually comes out on Sunday nights or Monday mornings. And always great advice, great updates. We know you will enjoy it. And for those of you who get it, we get and send us your feedback. We really appreciate it. Continue to support us. While we have our mother's blood running through our veins, we will continue to provide the information, and we enjoy doing it. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you
so much.
We'll probably see you in March, and we will honor the strong women in our society. Of course, we'll bring Mommy back, and we'll have updates. Stay tuned. Come and like our Facebook page as well, so that you can follow the activities.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.